I want to start from the questions. Mrs. Carmen, yeah, Carmen asked me last week. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your question, because it makes me a lot of books reading. but unfortunately, I didn't get any satisfying answer. But only the answer is you may not like, yeah. So mostly in the commentaries and the books in Burmese, they said a very simple way, like I talked to you last week. Then I discussed with a monk from Myanmar, and how should I explain about that. So finally, I also what we can say is, yeah, in dosa mula, hatred-rooted and unwholesome consciousness, and in the more loba mula, greed-rooted and unwholesome consciousness. In loba mula consciousness, there are associated with the round view and dissociate with the round view. But in hatred-rooted consciousness, there's no associated with the round view or dissociated with right view. So the one perspective we can think is, if we do the greed-rooted consciousness, for example, if we steal something from others, yeah, from others' properties, if that consciousness is associated with the wrong view, and that greed-rooted consciousness dissociated with the wrong view, these two situations can give rise to different results. And also these two has different qualities, different power, yeah, in the greed-rooted consciousness, yeah, associated with the round view and dissociated with the round view. These two consciousness can give rise different, yeah, different result, and also it has different power or strength to give rise to a result. But in hatred-rooted consciousness, for example, if you kill an animal associated with the round view or dissociated with the round view, the result is the same. So that's why associated with the round view or dissociated with the round view, it doesn't matter in dosa mula, hatred-rooted consciousness.
Interesting way to look at it. I did not look at it that way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sally Aganyani, do you have anything to add more? Okay. Okay, so it's okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will digest on it again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So let me continue to the because we don't have a time. Yeah. As I have already told you, when I teach the Abhidhamma, I give a lot of times. Yeah. But here in this group, I have only, maybe we have only 3. Yeah. Finish for the Chetas. Actually, we have only 4 for the 1 chapter. So it should finish this week. This time we should finish, but I cannot finish. Let's see how to do it. Yeah. So anyway, last week, as I have already told you, this step, yeah, this step is only to familiarize with the Abhidhamma only. And then after you have learned in this class, and then you can learn yourself more. And also you can have a different, different books you can read, and you can listen from the different courses. So this is just a basic, yeah. So, and also I also can only teach only the basic, yeah, basic information about the Abhidhamma. Okay. I cannot do the screen share. You didn't allow me, the host, Koloska. I think the host disabled participant screen sharing. I think if you do the...
Yeah, I try.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's possible.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So let me repeat from the beginning, yeah? Because after finish the Jeta, you have to... I have a problem in my mouth as well. Yeah. So after you have finished the Jetas, at least you must remember all this. you must remember all this. So that's why in Myanmar, the young novice, they have to learn by heart. Yeah, sense sphere consciousness 54. Yeah, Kama Vachara Cheta 54 and Rupa Vachara Cheta 15, like that they learn by heart. But for you, I will tell you repeatedly, yeah, every week, then you will remember, I think. So if you think about the Jetas, you have to remember of 54, 15, 12, and 8 or 14, yeah? So in this way, you will remember, and whenever you think about the Jetas, you remember all these. And in this way, later, your understanding will improve in this way. So, okay. So if we think about the Jetas, you have to remember Kama Vachara Jeta or sense sphere consciousness 54 and Rupa Vachara Jeta 5 material sphere consciousness 15 and Arupa Vachara Jeta immaterial sphere consciousness 12 and the supramenting consciousness 8 or Lokottara Jeta 8, yeah, or 14. So, and out of these 4 types of consciousness, we are still here, yeah? So out of 54 consciousness, there is 3 categories or 3 groups are divided, yeah? Akusala, Jeta, and wholesome consciousness 12, and Ahetuka Jeta, rootless consciousness 18, and Kama Vachara, Sovana Jeta, sense sphere beautiful consciousness 24. So, so we'll continue to this one, but before we start new, then I want to repeat a little bit overview of this 12 and 18. So out of these 12 and wholesome consciousness, there is 3 kinds of consciousness, 3 groups are divided again. So unwholesome consciousness 12, Akusala Jeta, are divided as greed-rooted consciousness 8, and hatred-rooted consciousness 2, and delusion-rooted consciousness 2. Yeah, Lobha Mula, and Dosa Mula, and Moha Mula. Please try to familiarize with the Pali name, Pali term as well. So out of these 2 groups, what is 8? Greed-rooted consciousness. So when you think about the greed-rooted consciousness, there is 3 three ways, how to say, we can say the permutation, yeah, like a permutation, I think so, that's English word, I don't remember. So as a feeling, one group, and associate or dissociate with the round view is another one, and unprompted and prompted one. So accompanied by joy is 4, and accompanied by equanimity is 4. And associated with the round view as well, 4. But the order is like this: 2, and dissociated 2, and associated with round view 2, and dissociated round view 2. And unprompted and prompted is a 1 by 1. Yeah. In this way, you can remember easily. Yeah. Joy, equanimity, and associated with round view 2, and dissociated with round view 2 and 2 and 2. And unprompted and prompted. So, like I always said, you only after you have learned, at least third chapter, you will understand clearer, and you understand more about these jhatas. Because only in third chapter you will have to learn the function of these jhatas. These jhatas, how these jhatas is working like that. Yeah. So next one is hatred-rooted consciousness 2. This is accompanied by displeasure, and accompanied by displeasure the same. Associated with aversion, the same. And only unprompted and prompted is different. Yeah. And the last group, delusion-rooted consciousness, accompanied by equanimity, and associated with doubt, and associated with restlessness. Yeah, this is akusala or unwholesome consciousness. So when we see this akusala, 12 unwholesome consciousness, behind this 12 unwholesome consciousness, that these 3 roots are working. Yeah, because of these 3, greed, hatred, and delusion, these 12 unwholesome consciousness appear like that. So after the 12 unwholesome consciousness, you have to learn this ahetuka, yeah, rootless consciousness 18. Ahetuka consciousness. So we have already talked about a lot about this, the translation of this. The ahetuka means a rootless, yeah, chaita is consciousness, rootless consciousness. Normally, in altogether 89 consciousness, you have already know that, out of these 89, these only 18 consciousness are without root. Yeah, all these 18 is rootless. The other consciousness are hetuka. Yeah, this is ahetuka 18. A means a negative. Yeah, and the other 71 are hetuka. Hetuka or sahetuka. Yeah, sahetuka. So before we learn that 18 rootless consciousness, you have to know what is the root. There are 6 roots of consciousness. Yeah, greed, lobha, hatred, dosa, and delusion, moha. And another 3 roots is non-greed, the opposite of these 3. Yeah, not very difficult. Non-greed are lobha, non-hatred are dosa, and non-delusion are moha. So so out of these 18 rootless consciousness, there's 3 groups are divided again. So the first group is unwholesome resultant consciousness 7 and wholesome resultant rootless consciousness 8. Here, akusala vipaka in Pali. Akusala means refer to the 12 unwholesome consciousness. Yeah, we have already learned. Yeah, vipaka means resultant. So because of these 7 unwholesome resultant consciousness arise because of the 12 unwholesome consciousness. So next group, wholesome resultant rootless consciousness 8. It is in Pali, Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Jeta. Yeah, 3 Pali words. Yeah, Ahetuka means rootless. Kusala is a wholesome consciousness. You have to learn today. Yeah, you will have to learn today. And Vipaka is resultant. So here, Ahetuka, here no. Yeah. So why? As a result of the 12 unwholesome resultant consciousness, as a result of these 12, there is only these 7s. There's no more. Only these 7 as a result of this 12 unwholesome consciousness. But the result of the wholesome consciousness, kusala, wholesome consciousness, the resultant consciousness, not only these 8, but also another Mahavipaka and Rupa Vipaka, Arupa Vipaka, said a lot you have to learn. Yeah, so that's why Ahetuka, so 18 Ahetuka, 71 is Sahetuka. So Sahetuka Kusala Vipaka, you will have to learn. So that's why this Pali will have to define here. So here, you don't need. I hope you understand, yeah? Maybe after we have finished, we will digest again, yeah? Then you will become more and more clear, yeah? Okay, so the next group is rootless functional consciousness 3, Ahetuka Kiriya. Here also you see Ahetuka, yeah? Only here, there's no Ahetuka. Here also, Kiriya Cheta or functional consciousness are not only these 3, but also you are more about, yeah, more in the other group of Chetas. You will find, yeah, you will find that. So rootless functional consciousness 3, Ahetuka Kiriya. So all together, rootless consciousness. So rootless means Ahetuka. So all other 71 is has the name Sahetuka, the opposite of the Ahetuka. Yeah. And so unwholesome resultant consciousness akusala vipaka cheta is 7. Yeah. So this one also, if you want to remember in Pali, the Jaku Vijnana, yeah, Jaku Vijnana is an eye consciousness, Sota Vijnana, ear consciousness, Ghana Vijnana, nose consciousness, and Jinhwa Vijnana, tongue consciousness, and Kaya Vijnana, body consciousness. If you are able to remember all these in Pali, then it will be more effective, yeah, more effective for you to recognize and to remember all these, yeah. But in the same day, you cannot, yeah, you cannot remember all these, I know, but we have to try together, yeah. I will also tell you repeatedly. So here, Chaku Vijnana, Chaku Sota Ghana Jinhwa. So these four is accompanied by equanimity, yeah, equanimity, and kaya vinyana, yeah, so body consciousness only accompanied by pain. So here we can say the feeling is physical pain, yeah, physical pain, bodily pain. So these seven unwholesome resultant consciousness arises. Seven are as a result of 12 unwholesome consciousness you have already learned. Yeah, and the next one is receiving consciousness and investigating consciousness. So to understand more about these seven unwholesome resultant consciousness, you need to learn a lot in the 3rd chapter and 4th chapter. Then you will understand more about this, how these chetas are working. Yeah. So these 7 chetas, if one unconsciousness appear, then these consciousness, yeah, always together appear. Yeah. They said there's a sequence, like a sequence. It's a thought process. Yeah, I think we have already discussed about that. Yeah, so I may not emphasize to this. Yeah, I will not talk about more about that. If I have a time later, we will discuss again. Yeah, so this is unwholesome resultant consciousness, and next group is Kusala Vipaka Cheta, wholesome resultant consciousness 8. So here Ahiduka, yeah, Ahiduka, because another Kusala Vipaka Chetas you will learn later. So that's why to differentiate, yeah, with other Kusala Vipaka or other wholesome resultant consciousness, you have to put this one, yeah. So these 8 and these 7 are not very different, yeah, different structure, I mean, but the result and the cause is different, yeah, totally different. These 7 are the result of 12 unwholesome action. These 8 are the result of 8 wholesome consciousness, yeah, you will learn later. So, but that structure is not very much difficult to remember. So only this one is different. Yeah. Chakku, Sota, Ghana, Jiva, Kaya. And the first 4 is accompanied by equanimity, and the 5, yeah, pleasure, because this is because of the wholesome consciousness, the result of the wholesome consciousness. That's why the bodily feeling must be pleasure, yeah, accompanied by pleasure. So this is a physical feeling, yeah, physical feeling, pleasant physical feeling. And here in this 7, investigating consciousness only accompanied by equanimity, but here investigating consciousness is 2, yeah. One is accompanied by joy, one is accompanied by equanimity. So this one also, why these 2 is different from from this 7, and this one also very difficult to explain until you reach the 4th stage, yeah, 4th chapter. 4th chapter. In 4th chapter, you learn a lot about this consciousness are working in a witty chapter. So in this stage, our point is to familiarize and to remember all this consciousness. Okay, so let me go next. The next group is rootless functional consciousness 3, Ahetuka, Kiriya, Jeta. So these three, the first one, 5 sense door adverting consciousness accompanied by equanimity, upekha sahagadan, pancha dwara vajana chaitan. Actually, we should explain word by words. Yeah, it will be more understandable for you, but we don't have a time. Yeah, to explain the word by word translation. Yeah. Upekha sahagadan. This is accompanied by equanimity. Pancha is 5. Yeah, dwara means sense door, and avajana. Avajana is adverting. Yeah, so this consciousness always appear in front of the chakku vinyana, sota vinyana, kana, jeva, kaya vinyana. And about this also, you need to learn more a lot about that later. Yeah. And next one is mind door adverting consciousness. There is a 6 sense door. Yeah. So 5 is a one group, and a mind door is another group. Yeah. Mind door adverting consciousness. This one also accompanied by equanimity. And number 3 is smile producing consciousness accompanied by joy. So this consciousness also is not very easy to understand. This smile producing consciousness is only for the Arahant and the Buddha and Pachika Buddha. So means for the people who have already eradicated all the defilements. Maybe sometimes you can see that for the saints, yeah, smile producing consciousness. Okay, so these 18 are ahetuka jeta, rootless consciousness. Yeah, so this one is as a knowledge for the requirement for the sense consciousness. For example, here, I consciousness. To appear the I consciousness, these 4 is required. Yeah. So for the first one, I sensitivity. We say it in English. In Pali, it is called the chakku pasada. Yeah. Chakku pasada. Chakku pasada is translated as eye sensitivity. So according to the Abhidhamma, actually, you will have to learn in the 4, 5, 6 chapter, Rupa Sangaha. So Rupa Sangaha, you have to learn in about the material things, yeah, about the material, so about the matter. So eye sensitivity is located in the eyes, in your eyes. Without eye sensitivity, the eye consciousness will not appear. And also, you have the eye sensitivity, but if there is no light, the eye consciousness will not appear again. And also, the next requirement is contact the visible object and eye sensitivity. So the contact also very important. Without contacting visible object and eye sensitivity, the eye consciousness cannot appear. And also adverting. Yeah, what I want to say is adverting consciousness. Adverting is here. So if you want to say to become in an eye consciousness, these 5 sense door adverting consciousness must work first. So that means the intention. Yeah, I give an example last week. I think, yeah, there's a ring bell. Yeah, it's a big rainbow, but I didn't have 5 sense-door adverting consciousness. So that's why I cannot hear. So ear consciousness cannot appear. Yeah. So 5 sense-door adverting consciousness is must work in advance. So only these 4 requirements appear, then eye consciousness can appear. So ear consciousness is not very different. Yeah, ear consciousness, ear sensitivity, space. Yeah, if there is a boundary, yeah, on the wall, then we cannot hear. Yeah, we cannot hear anything. Yeah, and for the nose consciousness, you need air. Without air, the smell, yeah, smell cannot come into your nose. So the air you need, and the 10 consciousness, you need a liquid. Yeah, the others are the same. Yeah, you know, that's why when we eat something, you have to produce some liquids. Yeah, with 2 out of 10. Yeah, then we can get taste. Yeah, and liquids and body consciousness for tangibility. Yeah, tangibility. So this is just for the general knowledge for this sense consciousness. Okay, so let me continue to another group of consciousness. So this is called, let me say in Pali, Kama Vajara Sobhana Citta. So Kama here we translate sense sphere. Yeah, sense sphere. And Avajara here, Avajara. Avajara. Avajara means moved about. Yeah, moved about. So these 24 consciousness are mostly moving about in sense sphere realm, sense sphere plane, like 4 hells, yeah, 4 kinds of hells. That one you have to learn in the 5th chapter about the planes or about the existence. Like animals, ghosts, like that, and human worlds and deva worlds, yeah, lower deva worlds, altogether 11 realms or 11 existence. So these 24 consciousness mostly happens in these 11 planes or realms. Yeah. So mostly, the words mostly means it's a very important. Sometimes these 24, not all 24, you will know later. Yeah. Some of consciousness out of these 24, sometimes you can see in the Rupa or Brahma world. Yeah, Brahma world. So, but mostly you can find only in this 11 realms or 11 existence. So Kama Vajara means sense sphere. Yeah, sense sphere consciousness, which mostly can be found in 11 realms. And next Pali was Sobhana. Sobhana is translated as beautiful. Yeah, beautiful, good, nice. Actually, it's a good, yeah, good, beautiful, nice. All these English word we can translate, but mostly we translate as beautiful. So here, one thing we need to know is here, Sobhana. Sobhana, I will talk about later. Now, please remember this. Sobhana means beautiful. Yeah, Jeta is consciousness. So Kama Vajara Sobhana Jeta. It is in English, sense sphere, beautiful consciousness 24. So what are 24? there are 3 groups divided. Okay, so the first group is called Maha Kusala Citta. Yeah, Maha Kusala Citta. Here, Maha means a great. Yeah, so you may have a lot of questions. I know. Yeah. Oh, what is that? What is that? And I understand. I understand, but unfortunately, I cannot explain. Yeah, within a very few minutes. Yeah. So but I believe you will understand, and you will clearly understand the more you learn. Yeah, the more you will understand more and more. Yeah. So better only some few information I can give. Here, what is a great? Yeah. Why Maha Kusala? Yeah. Why not only Kusala? Kusala means wholesome. Here, Maha, great wholesome. Why? What great wholesome? So there is 2 definition or true meaning of the Maha. So the first one is numbers. Yeah, a lot of numbers. Yeah, great in numbers, great in dignity. Yeah, great in dignity, or great in the, what is it? So the first one is a great in numbers. Yeah, great in numbers. The definition means here, Kusala Citta is 8. Here also you will find in the 5. Here is Kusala Citta is 5. And another Arupavachara Citta is 4. So that's why when we compare with other Kusala Citta, this 8 is great in numbers. Yeah. And another one, great in dignity and great in, what is it? How to say? I don't know how to say. I forgot that words in English. So here, another one is the dignity means, you know, when we do a lot of these 8 consciousness, yeah, these 8 consciousness appear all the time in our mind, and we accumulate this wholesome consciousness, we can have a lot of results, good results. So these results are numerous. You cannot count. You know, well-being, rich, intelligence, a lot of good results if we develop this sense-sphere wholesome consciousness. But if you do this consciousness, and the result is only these 5. So if you do, because this one we haven't learned, yeah, we haven't learned. So this 5 material sphere wholesome consciousness, if you do this, one of these wholesome consciousness, the result of this is so simple. But here is not so simple. You know, so beauty, rich, being rich, wise, a lot of results, yeah, in sense-sphere rings. So that's why Maha means a great in number and great in dignity, yeah. So Maha Kusala Citta is 8, sense-sphere, wholesome consciousness. And next group is Maha Vipaka Citta. Vipaka, you have already know that this is resultant, yeah. So Maha is a great. Maha Vipaka Citta, sense-sphere, resultant consciousness. And next group is Mahakiriya Citta. Mahakiriya Citta. This is sense-sphere functional consciousness is 8. So before we go to this 8, I want to talk about this one, yeah? Sobhana. Sobhana is Sobhana Chaita is not only these 24. Yeah, so we have already finished 12 and wholesome consciousness, 18 rootless consciousness, and 24 beautiful sense sphere, beautiful consciousness, and 15 fine material consciousness, and 12 Arubhavachara Chaita, and 8 Lokutara Chaita. So Sobhana Chaita is this all together. Yeah, not only these 24. So if we can give Sobhanam is a beautiful Chaita, all these 24, 15, and 12, and 8, all these are beautiful consciousness. So if we give these all together, 59, yeah? 59 consciousness. If we give the name to these 59 as Sobhana, so these 30 have the name Asobhana. Yeah, Asobhana Chaita. So not beautiful consciousness, but we don't translate the opposite of the beautiful consciousness. So this one also we have to talk a lot about that. Yeah. So not beautiful consciousness, 12 and wholesome is clear. We can say Asobhana, not beautiful consciousness, but out of 18, we cannot say like that. So that's why we don't say not beautiful consciousness, or we don't say the ugly consciousness. Yeah, we don't say like that. So the opposite of the 59 beautiful consciousness. So the R is sometimes negative, sometimes the opposite. Yeah, opposite. You know, she is Maya, but the others not Maya. That doesn't mean the opposite, or just saying she is Maya, she is not Maya, just that. So these 59s are Sobhana, the others 30s are not Sobhana at that. Yeah. So here about the Sobhana Chaitas. And another one here we have to talk about is sense sphere, wholesome consciousness. This one I will talk after this 8. Yeah. So sense sphere, wholesome consciousness 8. Mahakusala Chaita. So the structure to remember or to memorize is not very difficult if you are familiarized with greed-rooted, 8 greed-rooted consciousness. The structure is the same. Yeah, in the 8 rooted consciousness, also, yeah, accompanied by joy is 4, and accompanied by equanimity is 4. Yeah, and they are associated with the round view and dissociated with round view. So here, the difference is associated with knowledge, associated with knowledge, and dissociated from knowledge. Yeah, knowledge. So only knowledge and round view is different. This is I'm talking to memorize. Yeah, to remember. To understand is the next step. Yeah, to understand and how this consciousness is working. That is the next step. So as the first step is to remember what are the sense sphere, wholesome consciousness. Oh, this is accompanied by joy is 4, and accompanied by equanimity is 4. Associated with knowledge 2, dissociated from knowledge 2, associated with knowledge 2, and dissociated from knowledge 2, and prompted, unprompted, and prompted. So this is remember. So the essence is to understand. So this is in this human worlds and animal worlds, all the good actions, yeah, it's connected with all the good actions. For example, if you have thoughts to help somebody, yeah, to help somebody, and that is out of from loving kindness. If you hear something, some people no food to eat, yeah, no drinking water, like that. What a pity! I want to donate something. You have such good thoughts appear. This thought is out of these 8 sense sphere, wholesome consciousness. You cannot find any other. Yeah, and the first group 12 and wholesome consciousness is not there, and also 18 rootless consciousness not. So if you have such a good thoughts only in this 8, yeah, you can be found. What kind of thoughts you have, and sometimes if you see something and you feel love and kindness and compassion and sympathetic joy, and also sometimes you want to help, you want to donate something, yeah, physical health and mental health and verbal health. So all the good things, good thoughts appear in your mind. So all the thoughts, good thoughts can be found and connected with this 8 wholesome consciousness. So the first consciousness can be understand like that. If you donate, yeah, something to somewhere, if you donate with joy and associate with around you, associate with knowledge. So here, associate with knowledge means knowledge is sometimes understand as they truly are. Yeah, it's a knowledge means, yeah, in Pali, yatha Buddha jnana. Yatha Buddha jnana. So that means that jnana is a wisdom or knowledge that comprehends or that understand as it is. Yeah. So sometimes you donate something, but dissociated with knowledge, you don't know what you are doing. Yeah, you don't know what you are doing. This is without knowledge. So like you know, in Myanmar, there is a culture, and think you have already know that. You know, in Myanmar, every parents wants their children to become a nun and to become monks, novice, at least for temporary, yeah, 3 days, 7 days, like that. So in the village, most of the people, they are not well educated, but they are very generous, and they made very big contribution, and very they spend a lot of money, even though they don't have. They sell their lands and they made donation, you know, in Myanmar. You know, in the Western country, I think nobody can donate like that. But in Myanmar, some families, they sell their house, yeah, their animals, their lands, and they prepare very big donation celebration, yeah, like that. So here, this is opposed to the Buddha's wish. The Buddha never encouraged to do such a donation. Yeah, the Buddha gave the guideline how to donate, but I will not go there. I will not go that topic. So here, what I mean is, they are doing good and they have a wholesome consciousness, but this is dissociated with knowledge. That's one also another interpretation. Yeah. So associated with knowledge, another definition or another interpretation is, for example, you are doing good things and with the intention to have meditative, what do you say, jhana, jhana, or to get the nibbana, easily to say, for the inside knowledge, got it. You donate something, but your intention is to get the inside knowledge or to get a liberation or to get a nibbana. This is associated with knowledge. But some people in the story or in the Tipitaka, there are a lot of stories. Some people, they donate because they want to be rich. Because in the Buddhist scripture, the people who donates can become rich. So that's why some people, they want to donate because they want to become a rich person. So this one also dissociated from knowledge. This is another interpretation. So associated with knowledge means whatever you are doing, good things, you must have the goal or intention to get inside knowledge. So that's why we say when we donate something, Nibbanasa Pajiyo Hodu. Idame Ponya Nibbanasa Pajiyo Hodu. This means this donation is dedicated to get the liberation or to get a Nibbana. So like that. So this is, I'm talking about associated with knowledge and dissociated from knowledge. So unprompted is without inducement or without nobody persuade you, persuade you to do that. You spontaneously, you yourself with your knowledge, you do that good things. So this is unprompted. So in this prompted and unprompted, there is a physical inducement, verbal inducement, and mental inducement. Mental inducement means sometimes, I don't know here in Germany, in Western people, they do or not. In Burmese community, when someone donates something, other people see that, and she is donating. I should donate as well, like that. This is dissociated with knowledge. And this is prompted by others' action. Some people, when you see in, when you think, oh, it is necessary, we should donate, then you do yourself. This is unprompted, So this is sense-pure, wholesome consciousness, Mahakusala Jeta. Okay, there are a lot to talk about that. Here, one thing I have to tell you is, I told you we have finished 12, 12 unwholesome consciousness is rooted, by 3 roots, 3 roots: greed, hatred, and delusion. And 18 is without roots, These are 3 roots and without roots. And 24 is also rooted 3, 3 roots it has. The opposite roots, Aloba, Adosa, Amoha, and non-greed, non-hatred, and non-delusion. Here also 3 roots. So it's very much different from here. 12 appear because of these unwholesome roots, yeah, and these 24 appear because of these good or wholesome roots. Here's one thing. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I will tell you later about that one. Yeah. So here remarks is Mahavipaga Chaita, resultant wholesome consciousness, and Mahakiriya Chaitas are of same structure with Mahakusala Chaitas. So to remember all these 24, if you remember this, you remember all 24, yeah, or 24. Knowledge here is the opposite of deity, right? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I see now. The opposite of deity. Opposite of the deity, yeah, that's one also another interpretation, not of the moha. That's right. That's right. Not about the moha. But yeah, thank you for this comments. One thing I remember. So this sense pure wholesome consciousness, if you do the good things, if you still doing good things, it means you still have I don't know how to say. These good things also motivated by the moha as well. Yeah, moha as well, but not directly connected. For example, the Buddha and the people who have already got rid of all the defilements or who has already attained Nibbana, they don't do these 8 consciousness because there is no, they don't want to reborn. They don't, no, they will not be reborn, or they don't want any results from in this world. They have already enough with peaceful bliss, Nibbana, yeah? So that's why, even though you are doing these good things, in the background, it has 3 unwholesome roots are there, still there. You haven't eradicated, but not directly motivated, yeah, not directly generate. So for to happen these 8, so direct motivation came from the 3 wholesome roots, yeah, 3 wholesome roots. Okay, so almost time is up. Time flying very easily, yeah, very quickly. Yeah, I think we cannot continue to the 15 material sphere and 5 material sphere and 8 immaterial sphere and then 8 supramundane consciousness. So I think we should go next week, yeah? If you have any question, you can ask me. I think a lot of questions, yeah?
You gave a few examples comparing kamma with vipaka. I'm not clear when I try to see in real life what is kamma and what is vipaka.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. So, sense pure wholesome consciousness, yeah? Sense pure wholesome consciousness is the action, yeah? The action that can produce results. Yeah. So yeah, so one. Yeah. This wholesome consciousness is called karma, karmic action. Yeah. That can give rise the results. And Mahavipaka Citta, yeah, resultant consciousness age. This is not action. This is just a result. And how to say, if when we reborn as a human in this life, you are reborn with one of these eight, Mahavipaka Citta. This is not an action. You are reborn as a good man, or with you are reborn. Sometimes some people are born with this. Yeah, this is Vipaka Citta. Yeah, this is not a result. This you know, this all this treasure is the same. Some people are born as with this Cittas. Some people are reborn as with this one. Some people reborn with this. Some people, so different Cittas. So we cannot be reborn with all these eight. Yeah, I'm talking about Mahavipaka. Yeah, so forget about this. Yeah, Mahakusala. So I'm talking about Mahavipaka Citta. So the difference is the Mahakusala Citta is just action that will produce the results. Mahavipaka is just a result. You know, for example, when if you are doing good things, a lot of good things in this life, and if we reborn in next life, you will reborn, yeah, one of these eight Mahavipaka Citta. So this Mahavipaka appear only one time. So rebirth of birth consciousness, you will have to learn in the third chapter and fourth and more about that.
Mm-hmm. So if I, for example, drink a coffee and I experience pleasant taste, that's not Vipaka.
Not like that. Not like that. Yeah. So drinking coffee, yeah, drinking coffee, the whole process, yeah. You drink, oh, very nice. I want to drink every day. This is just a greed-rooted consciousness.
Mm-hmm. But that's karma. That's karma.
Yeah, that is a karma. And maybe sometimes, there is a very nice coffee. I want to give to other people as well. This is Mahakusala Citta, yeah, wholesome consciousness, yeah. So at the same time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do a lot of such a good, when you eat something very good, hey, I want to donate to poor people or needy people, and you have such a good mind, then that good, because of that good mind, you will have a lot of good results in this life and next life as well. But Mahavipaka is not only in this life, but also in next life, you were reborn with one of these. Yeah. If you always do very good things associated with knowledge, then next life, that probably you will become very good Vipaka Citta, like you joyfully born, and with knowledge, you are very intelligent, very active person, like that. So some people do the good things in this life, but as a result of you are doing that good things dissociated without knowledge, then you will probably be born with one of these four, yeah, dissociated from knowledge, like that. So there is very delicate and very profound, very subtle to talk about that.
So pleasant experience. If I sit in meditation and I experience pleasant feeling, that's not vipaka.
So no.
No.
No. Here in this world, there is only 8 Mahavipaka Chetas, and here 8 wholesome resultant consciousness. So altogether 16 only. You can experience or you can have these 16 in this life. So here, another, you said meditation, yeah? Meditation here, 5 material sphere, wholesome consciousness. This is about the totally connected with the meditation. So if you develop one of these 5, the result of this is only afterlife in the Brahma world. So but that doesn't mean I meditate, oh, I feel very good and very calm. This is not the result, the direct result of these 5. Direct result is that this wholesome consciousness 5 can give rise to Brahma worlds. And another good feeling and relax, well-being, healthy, health benefits. All these are because of, very difficult to explain, If I talk something, I need, I have to talk together with them, a lot of things to explain together, they are connected. So if you meditate and if you develop loving kindness meditation, then your environment will be very good. Mr. Allen is a very nice person. They appreciate you. This one also is result. This result is called the Ahituka resultant consciousness. You see only good people because we are good. So this is wholesome resultant consciousness. You can see a lot of good things. You can hear a lot of good things. You can smell. You can taste good, and you can experience good feeling. Body consciousness accompanied by pleasure, etc.
I do not fully understand. You said now if I taste something good, that's vipaka.
That's a vipaka. Yeah, sure. This is.
So if I taste a good coffee, that's vipaka.
Yeah, that's vipaka. Yeah. Because of you have done good things, you can have possibility to drink a good coffee. This one also a result of good karma according to the Abhidhamma. The action, what you are thinking when you are drinking coffee is action. You have a chance to drink a coffee is a result, but what you are thinking is action.
Now, okay.
Yeah. So then the 2 possibility, very nice coffee, I like that. You attach to the coffee, this is unwholesome. And this is a nice coffee, I will give to my friends, or this is a wholesome action. So because of that action, 2 different action, you have another result again.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, welcome. Yeah.
I have also a question.
Okay, yeah.
And it's connected to the previous one, and I'm not sure if I'm wrong, but I see that we have vipaka, we have the wholesome vipaka, the sobhana, we have the rootless wholesome resultant, and we have the rootless wholesome resultant and the rootless unwholesome resultant. So we don't have the unwholesome resultant.
unwholesome resultant in the 24.
Yeah, because if I'm looking right on the scheme,
Yeah.
then we have the rootless resultant, and they are wholesome and unwholesome.
Yeah, here is rooted resultant consciousness 8. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a wholesome one, the beautiful
one. Wholesome. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this 24, there is no. This is beautiful consciousness. That's why. Yeah. Unwholesome resultant consciousness cannot be here. So.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, here only. Here only. Here, unwholesome resultant consciousness is only these 7. Is a rootless.
Yeah, but these are rootless, and we have the rootless wholesome.
No rooted and wholesome, no.
But why is that? Because if I do something really bad, why doesn't that have results which are not so nice?
Yeah. I want to say thank you for the question.
Sorry.
Yeah. But you know, only when you ask me, that makes me think a lot. Yeah. So so I have to think. Yeah. I have to think for your question. How to say? Here is the rooted wholesome resultant consciousness. And I don't know at the moment, I don't know how to say that, yeah? But there is no such a rooted and wholesome consciousness is not in the Abhidhamma. Maybe there is some deep explanation, very deep question, I think.
But let's say I do something really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Where can I classify the result of that? Is it then, because the unrooted vipaka is not so strong because it doesn't have a root. Yeah. That's why it's equanimity.
No, this one is clear. If you are doing really bad things, that's why we include in the 12 unwholesome consciousness.
Yeah, but they're not resultants.
Resultant, as a result, you will have these 7. You will have only these 7.
Yes, but these are rootless, so not so strong. So if I do something really bad, the result is anyhow not so strong.
Yeah.
Or isn't that a stupid way of thinking?
Yeah, so you can think a lot, but I have never think about that. Yeah, so because of your question, I have to think again. I'm sorry, I cannot tell you clearly at the moment.
One thing, if I can mention, the body consciousness with pain. Pain can be very strong until you nearly die of it or so. So that can be strong. And the other, for my opinion, the answer to the question is, if you consider the function, we have not yet learned so much about the function of consciousness of the Mahavipaka Chitta. Theodore said it is the rebirth consciousness, and there cannot be rebirth consciousness with unwholesome roots. Akusalam, Vipaka Chitta with roots, that is not possible because, how to say, it's really difficult. That there must be roots which push you to the new birth, for example, and aversion and the unwholesome would not bring you to a rebirth. But that is what we learn more in chapter 4 and 5, I think.
Is it not that when you are born as a human, that you have to have a wholesome root for the rebirth, but when you are born an animal, you can have
with this one.
But then yes,
if you are a human, you have to have it's a good rebirth, so it has to be with a wholesome root.
And for animals or hell beings, whatever, in the evil states, their rebirth consciousness is this investigating consciousness accompanied by equanimity, upekasa hagata chantirana chitta. So there's the difference, but there cannot be one with roots for animals or hell beings.
Yeah. So difficult, yeah? So difficult to explain, yeah?
Because this almost sounds like it's not too bad to do really bad things. There are no results.
No,
this
like
way, because there are no results.
Yeah. No, results is very bad here.
Sorry?
You know, all the time you see very bad things.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of bad things. And also when you are born, you have to born with this unwholesome resident consciousness, investigating consciousness accompanied by equanimity. This is the lowest, the worst rebirth consciousness. Yeah, but only in that chapter, this fashion you will learn. And yeah, as the next step, next step is investigating consciousness. This one also one of the rebirth consciousness. This is a little bit more good, yeah, better than this, yeah, better than this. And next is this 8. This is Mahavibhaga, some sense sphere resultant consciousness 8. This is the best rebirth consciousness. Out of these 8 also depends with knowledge or without knowledge, accompanied by joy or accompanied by equanimity, and unprompted and prompted. Is a different kinds of different stage of rebirth consciousness. So if we die with one of the 12 unwholesome consciousness, we cannot be reborn. We cannot get this good rebirth consciousness. And only the result is you will have only this ubikasahagadan santirana vinyanan. Yeah, santirana chaitan. Yeah, no vinyanan. Yeah, so yeah, santirana chaitan. So this the worst rebirth consciousness as a result of the unwholesome consciousness.
I will wait.
Yeah, a lot. But anyway, I like a question. You know, when I teach to the Burmese student as well as some students they ask me a lot of questions. I like that. You know, in Myanmar, I admit, in Myanmar, the students, they block their brain. They don't think. They receive the information what the teacher said. I don't like that. And that the students must think a lot and ask a lot of questions. In this way, we can improve. So anyway, thank you very much. Yeah, I hope I can explain more in next week. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. Okay, so let me stop here. See you next week. Yeah.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you. Bye. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So. Geht's auch weg.
Kleine Gruppe. Ist alles, was ich erfahre, Vipaka?
Nochmal, was?
Ist alles, was ich erfahre, Vipaka?
Alles, was du sagst, Vipaka?
Ja, alles, was er erfährt.
Alles, was ich sehe, was ich höre, was ich zu fühlen bekomme, ist das alles Vipaka?
Ja, alles, was über die 5 Sinne kommt, ist Vipaka. Und wir haben natürlich so viel Karma angehäuft im Leben und in den Vorleben, dass natürlich alles Mögliche wir sehen, hören, riechen, schmecken und so weiter können. Und je mehr positives Karma wir natürlich gemacht haben, desto angenehmere Sinneserfahrung werden wir haben. Und wenn wir viel Unheilsames gemacht haben, werden wir auch viel unangenehme Sinneseindrücke erfahren und eben körperliche Schmerzen erfahren. Aber wir haben alle so viel gemacht, das kann jederzeit kommen.
Mhm. 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 Schwer nachzuvollziehen, dass das alles...
Ja, vielleicht macht es auch, es ist verständlich, wenn man erstmal sich klar macht, dass die Sinnesorgane ja auch karmisch erzeugt sind, dann natürlich auch wir eine Menge Karma geschaffen haben und dadurch auch unsere Wahrnehmung verändern. Also das Karma wirkt auf unsere Wahrnehmung, so wie wir wahrnehmen. Also das heißt, dass man, wenn man viel Unheilsames getan hat, dass man eher auch praktisch etwas mit einem unangenehmen Objekt wahrnimmt. Ohne jetzt direkt, dass das Akusala ist, aber das ist ja wie Parker. Da ist schon der Prozess der passiven Wahrnehmung schon gefärbt durch unser Karma.
Du sagst, passive Wahrnehmung gibt es nicht, kann ich denn nicht entscheiden, ob ich jetzt wenn ich TV schaue, kann ich ja den Sender umschalten, ob ich jetzt Kriegsberichterstattung schaue, wo grausame Sachen und schreckliche Bilder kommen, oder ich kann einen Liebesfilm schauen, da kann ich ja wählen, was ich...
Das ist aber danach, das ist schon nicht die ursprüngliche Wahrnehmung, ist nur, wenn du einen Seheindruck hast, einen Höreindruck, einen Geschmackeindruck oder ein Gedanke auftaucht und nicht, wenn du jetzt überlegst, was mache ich denn jetzt? Das ist ja schon mit Willen verbunden. Das ist ja schon wieder karmisch und ist nicht gewirkt. Das ist eine andere Wahrnehmung. Das ist eben nicht die ursprüngliche Wahrnehmung, die ganz, ganz vorne abläuft, ganz am Ursprung ist. Die ist Vipaka. Und dann kommen ja auch solche Reaktionen darauf und das ist schon karmische Wahrnehmung.
Okay.
Aganiani, würdest du das auch so sehen?
Ja. Ja, wir reagieren ja so schnell auf das, was wir sehen oder sowas, und mit der Reaktion, wenn es was Schönes ist, ist meistens ja Anhaftung, oder es kann auch was Positives, Heilsames sein, und wenn es was Unangenehmes, Hässliches ist oder Furchterregendes oder eben Kriegssachen oder so, dann reagieren wir eher mit Aversion, Ablehnung, Angst, solchen Unheilsamen. Aber das ist schon wieder Neues. Damit schaffen wir schon wieder neues Karma. Aber wir sind ja normalerweise, wenn wir jetzt rausgehen oder so, von so vielen Objekten umgeben. Das sind 1000 sichtbare Objekte, und was nehmen wir wahr? Eins davon in einem Augenblick. Und das ist eben karmisch gewirkt. Das ist Vipaka, welches wir jetzt wahrnehmen, welches Sehbewusstsein da entsteht.
Also wenn ich jetzt beispielsweise meinen Ellbogen hier auf den Tisch aufstütze und da kommt ein unangenehmes Gefühl, das ist Vipaka.
Ja, aber dass du den Ellenbogen aufstützt, das ist natürlich eine Bedingung. Es gibt immer mehrere Bedingungen, dass sowas auch, dass das Vipaka entstehen kann, das unangenehme Gefühl. Wenn du es nicht gemacht hättest, dann hätte dieses Karma, dieses karmische Potenzial warten müssen, bis es eine andere Chance wäre.
Ja, wenn ich in der Meditation sitze und mein Knie beginnt mir zu schmerzen, das ist auch Vipaka.
Ja, ja.
Und dann strecke ich das Bein,
Das
dann
ist
kann ich nicht manifestieren.
Genau, also die brauchen auch immer ja, die richtigen Bedingungen im Moment, dass sich das Karma jetzt auswirken kann, dass Vipaka entstehen kann. Wenn du nicht ja, in der Meditation so lange sitzt oder irgendwas, dann hätte es nicht die Chance, sich auszuwirken. Das Potenzial, die karmische Energie, die ist dann irgendwo noch vorhanden im Hintergrund sozusagen und wartet auf eine andere Möglichkeit.
Also wenn ich einen Kaffee trinke und dann habe ich Tasting, das ist ein angenehmes Gefühl, dann ist das auch Vipaka. Und wenn ich am nächsten Tag einen Kaffee trinke und der gleiche Kaffee schmeckt unangenehm, ist das auch Vipaka. Das Schmeckbewusstsein praktisch ist Vipaka, aber auch das Kaffeetrinken war der Anlass dazu, dass überhaupt das entstehen kann. Also im Prinzip,
wenn du keinen Kaffee getrunken hast, wäre es auch nicht entstanden, oder hättest was anderes getrunken, wäre vielleicht auch was anderes entstanden oder so. Also das ist der Anlass, den es auch dazu braucht. Wenn ich nichts trinke oder nichts esse, dann habe ich wahrscheinlich kein Schmeckbewusstsein. Wie soll es denn entstehen? Von der Spucke alleine vielleicht oder sowas, aber da braucht es.
Das sind immer mehrere Bedingungen, die sich überlagern. Ne? Das ist nicht so einfach. Das ist nicht so einfach. Man kann nicht alles nur aus der Kammerbedingung erklären. Ne? Das funktioniert nicht. Sondern da überlagern sich mehrere Bedingungen. Aber das Beispiel mit dem Kaffeetrinken, das ist ganz gut. Oder nimm einen Drogenabhängiger, ja, der nimmt immer wieder Drogen und irgendwann bringt das gar nichts mehr. Schafft gar keine angenehmen Zustände mehr. Also das ist auch so ein Beispiel dafür, dass schon die ursprüngliche Wahrnehmung, er kann auch nichts mehr Positives wahrnehmen. Weil er auch dadurch, dass er immer wieder in so eine Sucht abgeglitten ist, auch seine ursprüngliche Wahrnehmung verändert hat. Und wenn er natürlich wieder Gutes tut und sich von der Sucht runterbringt, dann öffnet sich wieder auch der Wahrnehmungsprozess. Also das ist immer verschiedene Dinge, die da wirken.
Okay, also nicht nur irgendwie eben karmische Samen, die sich als Vipaka manifestieren.
Und die dann alles festschrauben und unveränderlich machen, so ist es nicht.
Es ist ja auch wie beim Kaffeetrinken. Der eine mag einen Kaffee, der hat ein angenehmes Gefühl dadurch und der andere ein unangenehmes. Und das kann sich auch im Leben ändern. Ich habe früher auch keinen Kaffee zum Beispiel gemocht als Kind irgendwie und inzwischen mag ich ihn ganz gerne oder so. Das sind auch Gewohnheiten und der Geschmack verändert sich oder so. Aber das ist jeweils das Gefühl oder das Schmeckbewusstsein ist immer karmisch. Und dann die Reaktion drauf, mag ich, oh, schmeckt gut, weiter trinken oder sowas. Das wäre schon wieder die nächste karmische Reaktion, wie ich darauf reagiere.
Und auch die Entscheidung, dass ich jetzt einen Kaffee trinken will oder dass ich jetzt die Hand ausstrecke, um die Tasse irgendwie zu heben, das ist auch, das ist Volition, oder? Das ist mein Wille sozusagen.
Ja.
Und der schmeckt dann, wenn ich jetzt, sage ich mal, schlechte Sachen gemacht habe, dann schmeckt der Kaffee vielleicht schlecht und also das kann man nicht direkt zusammenhängen, also beispielhaft. Das stimmt. Also ich entscheide mich, meine Augen zu öffnen und dahin zu schauen. Und wenn jetzt was Angenehmes kommt, ist das eher Positives Vipaka, sage ich jetzt mal so umgangssprachlich. Und wenn was Unangenehmes kommt, ist das immer negativ. Das ist immer laufend ist das so.
Und es überlagern sich immer mehrere Bedingungen. Ne? Das macht das auch kompliziert zu verstehen. Ja? Es ist nicht nur, dass es mal eine Bedingung wirkt und die alles praktisch determiniert.
Okay. Gut, ich bedauere das mal. Ich nehme das mal gerne mit. Vielen Dank für eure nochmaligen Ergänzungen zu meiner Frage.
Gerne, ja.
Bis zum nächsten Samstag.
Ja.
Danke vielmals.